Sup folks, it's REDWOODS the third with another Infinite Warfare Zombies in Spaceland video. Today I've got a complete guide on the Discord, a buildable wonder weapon. No missing footage, no misinformation to get the guide out earliest, a truly complete guide as always. The Discord is a ray gun-like pistol, as are all the buildable wonder weapons. Each has their own distinct power, the Discord's being a breakdance effect on the zombie killed with it. The zombie does a windmill and its spinning legs kill anything in their way. After it's done, it explodes, killing enemies in a small radius around it. Every wonder weapon can be pack-a-punched once the alien boss is defeated and you get the fuse. When the Discord is packed, it becomes the MC pop blocker. The windmill lasts longer, the radius is larger, and it kills much later in the rounds. First up is the collectible, the disco ball. It's the easiest but needs to be on your mind early. To get the disco ball, you'll need to collect a souvenir coin of each color, blue, red, and green. Put all three of these coins in the station right outside of the arcade by the bumper cars. Coins spawn randomly after getting kills like power-ups, so keep killing until you get one of each color. Once you get all the coins, the disco ball will fly out and you can walk up and hold the interact button to grab it. For the next part, you need to get the shades. They will spawn as a random drop like cash, tickets, or lethals. Once you get it, put them on and everything will go black and white. At first glance, this is pretty useless, but it highlights elements for Easter eggs. If you get hit with the shades on, 99% of the time they will fall to the ground. A lot of the time you can pick them back up, but sometimes they disappear or fall into a place you can't get to. Here you see me able to grab them. They don't highlight it like the first time, but they are bright green so they're hard to miss. In this footage, I get hit from behind and they drop. I have to backtrack and circle back, and right when I get back to them, they disappear. So once you have the shades, get to the end of a round and save a couple of slow ones. Put the shades on and look for 5 targets out of these 13 locations. If you want to skip the targets, there's a link to jump ahead below. What you see on your screen now are the locations of the first 3 possible targets in the spawn and main hub of the map. There's one that spawns under the awning near the pack-a-punch. There's one spawn on top of the bushes in the spawn. And there's one all the way at the other end at the base of the slides underneath the bridge. When you open up the journey, there is one on the way to the arcade on the neck of the ice dragon spitting out the tracks. The arcade is where most of the targets spawn, since it's essentially the gun's hub, so to speak. Each of the 4 buildable wonder weapons connect to a certain section of the map. In the arcade, there are a total of 6 possible locations. There's one on the ceiling above power. There's one inside the arcade game near the ticket counter. There's one behind the ticket counter. And directly behind that, there's one behind the cutout. The last 2 are upstairs. One is in the window at the top of the stairs on the right, and the other is in the trash can on the opposite side. Outside of the arcade in the bumper cars area, there are 3 more locations. One is in the alley with the coin station up in a display case. And then there are 2 spawn locations in the bumper car section. One on the left side coming from the arcade, and I've seen one on the right, but I haven't seen it in a while, so they may have patched it out. In Polar Peaks, there is only one spawn. I always check it last because it requires you open a door I never open. It is above the tracks in the distance after you open the door to the mystery wheel by the coaster. After you have the 5th target shot, the battery will fly out of it and come to rest on the dance floor under the disco ball trap. Go and grab it by interacting. The last part, the green crystal, cannot be gotten without buying the gold teeth from the arcade ticket counter and equipping a gun with the arcade's Venom Elemental upgrade. There's a link coming up on screen now and another below in the description to show you how to do this. In brief, to get the elemental, you have to first release the UFOs. Then, once you do that, go to the arcade and get a bunch of kills with the disco ball trap, and the UFO will expand its route. Lastly, get a bunch of kills near the circling UFO, filling it with souls. Once it's had enough to eat, it will barf up a green orb. Equip it to your arcane cord gun and take it up to the gator in the Kepler system. Wait for a brute to spawn, and time it so he runs into the gator's mouth right as it closes. He will force it open with his hand, and the teeth on the sides will shatter. Pop the gold teeth in there with the interact button, and a case containing all the 4 crystals will be revealed from behind the gator's fake throat. Use the gun with the venom elemental to shoot at the silver panels until one opens up. I recommend triggering the gator's mouth to close and then going in and grabbing it after it opens back up. There's a short cooldown period where you can't trigger it after it shuts. Once you have the last part, go back to the arcade, and behind the ticket counter there is an alien cutout standing up in the corner. Place all 3 of the parts in the slots on the cutout, and the Discord will appear. It takes up a weapon slot, so choose wisely. And that's all there is to it. Here's some more gameplay of the Discord in action. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, likes are appreciated. Peace!